Good evening, people, and welcome to PixelSports Sports Goal Table Football Podcast. India bows out of Asia Cup 2023, suffering another loss to Syria by one goal. I have with me Gigi as always, and also from Qatar, DJ is joining us. DJ, I think you have some time crunch, so let's just get straight into it.
Yep.
What was your impression on Stima's starting lineup?
See
We saw
again,
some changes.
again he surprised us when we thought that Rahul Ki will get a chance, right? And but he brought back Tangri in, benched Suresh, then played with Manveer, Mahesh, Changte, all of them. So initially, it was a surprise for me.
Gigi?
Well, as DJ said, this was a surprising lineup to start with. Subhashish was it proved to be a good inclusion.
Yeah.
He provided a lot of defensive stability. I don't know, probably Rahul Bheke, Nikhil Pujari could have started in place of Rahul Bheke. If he was going for Subhashish Bose in the central back position, then why not Nikhil Pujari in the right back? He
Yeah,
could have
he was
provided a
he was playing with same two fullbacks. But anyway,
yeah.
and Subhashish not his usual position, but played a great game.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
we saw that Simach tried some sort of 4-4-1-1 with Manveer up top and Sunil Chetri a little in behind of him. It was working actually for the first 10 or 20, 10 or 15 minutes. But then again, what went wrong?
No, so the even starting lineup hinted us that we want to attack from the very beginning. But the execution was poor, right? After 10 minutes, Syria was started controlling the game, and we are started losing it out.
Gigi?
Yes, a lot of defensive, I think, India. In the first 30 minutes, they won, Syria won all of the flanks. Most of the attacks, the headers were dealt with by the Syrian attackers. They were not able to convert, but they also are not good converters in this Asian Cup. So it was a lack of, I think, proper strategy on the part of India to score. I think DJ mentioned that India wanted to score, but where was the proper plan of scoring? How do we score? I did not see proper planning. I think that was a real problem for me.
DJ, what could India have done differently? What were other choices available to Simach?
I don't know what we could have done better, but Syria overall played better than us. That's the fact. And we discussed about the starting lineup.
Gigi, what could
Yes.
we have done better?
Well, I think India could have uh, at least created a strategy to open the goal, because India thought of attacking from the flanks initially. It worked out. There were
The
Manveer
first
and
chance, yes.
yes, the first chance created. I think in the first 4 minutes, Mahesh forced a save. But afterwards, once again, I'm very sorry to say I'm a little lost for words, because this was a really disappointing performance for me. I cannot mince my words too much. This was really disappointing. I could not see the intent in the second half. Once again, all of the attack fizzled out. There was lack of control in the middle, lack of good ball supply. I think the gap is huge. The gap is telling. I will come to my take on what are the takeaways for India from this Asian Cup. But it's very difficult to comment on this kind of a match, because India provided really nothing, not too many positives to talk on.
Yeah, and I just want to add one point. It was a major letdown all around, right? And mainly for the supporters. Over 1 lakh people showed up in these 3 matches together, right? And cheer for us, cheer for Indian team. But all they got in exchange was disappointment.
Uh, let's just then talk about the goal. Uh, India was, as Gigi was saying, looking very uncomfortable whenever the Syrian attackers were in and around the box. And in the second half, just before the goal, I think it looked like a comedy of errors as many players just slided past the Syrian players and somehow they conceded the goal. DJ?
Yeah, from the very beginning, their right flank, that number 24, troubled us from the very first minute of the match. And the goal we conceded, again, Apuya overall played a good game, but he had his contribution in the goal. The other players also, there's no proper defensive shape when they started the attack from the midfield, and we conceded.
Yes,
Gigi, you think? Yes, yes.
yes. I think when it comes to the goal, it was a collective contribution from the entire Indian team. It was a team goal conceded by India. Right from the beginning, I think four of the Indian players, they tried to intercept the ball. All of them missed it. Eventually, uh, Omar Kharbin, I think, the
Yeah,
uh, Syrian
Uh,
attacker, he was the former Asian Player of the Year, and he proved his mettle.
he
He
proved
showed
his,
that, yes,
shown
yes,
his
he
talent.
completely
kept his
turned,
head calm
yes,
and
yes,
cool,
and he turned Rahul Beke completely on
inside and
his
out.
inside out.
Yes.
And I personally, I think, I believe Gurpreet could have done better. It was not unsavable. It was in a comfortable position. Gurpreet, with the better
Also,
reflex,
the
could have saved.
shot was not that fast or hard.
No, no. And also, one more thing I think we should mention is the injury of
Jingan,
Sandesh Chinka
yes.
Jingle
right
just at the
at the
beginning of the
beginning of
second half.
the second half. Yes, that also contributed to India's lack of control in the second half. That was a huge blow, to be honest.
Uh, DJ, I just want to come back to the issue, that point that Gigi raised. Did you see actually a definite plan of attack?
No, from the lineup, we have thought that we want to do, but again, we had very few receives or and touches in the opponent box, so that gives you the overall picture how our attackers played the game.
Because in the second half, Sima tried to do something new. He brings on Sahal, brings on Udanta, but it felt like it was going more or less the same as the first half. Gigi?
Yes, it was a huge gulf between planning and execution, as DJ
Yeah.
was pointing out. You can plan all you want, but if you cannot execute that on the pitch, it does not matter. So I think whatever was planned, look, the other teams, Uzbekistan, Australia, Syria, they have not only come to attack, we must remember, they have also come to defend, right? They are
Hmm.
good defenders as well. They know if they stop Sunil Chetri, if they stop Mahesh, if they stop three or four Indian attackers, the entire attack is blunt. And that has happened throughout the three games.
I, for me personally, the most disappointing thing was I thought that India is missing a fulcrum in the pivot position who could dictate and control the game in the midfield. So that was a disappointment for me. And also, both of you guys predicted that Rahul KP should have been given a chance. Why do you think he was not given a chance? Udanta was given a chance in place of.
I don't know. I really don't know. Udanta didn't play a single minute before the match, and then he
Yes.
came in, and Rahul Kapi was not like didn't
And
get
we
a
predicted,
single
I
minute.
think not only us, many predicted that Rahul KP would start this game after
Yes,
the second
yes,
half performance against Uzbekistan. And
yes.
he didn't even
Well,
get a single minute.
that makes sense when you have Changte full and fit, ready for the match.
Hmm.
He might not get because you have Manveer, you have Mahesh, and you have Changte. All of them are fit. So Rahul KP, I understand that. that Rahul Kepi is not getting his minute in the starting 11 from the start. But when you are subbing in Udanta, that does not make any sense.
DJ, I want to talk about something else before we close this down.
Sure.
Syria had many players from who are not born in Syria, like that player Hesar, who was Argentinian. I think they had another player whose grandfather was from Colombia.
Yeah.
So has the time come that we should look forward to our PIOs, I mean the player of Indian origin, to include in our Indian starting lineup, or just to the Indian setup?
At this moment, the way we are doing, I think PIO is the quick solution what we have in our hand. Government should take a note of this one and change the policy whatever currently we have, because our policy does not allow us to include any from foreign soil, Indian origin or Indian not Indian origin, that does not matter. So you see most of the teams in Asia, right? Qatar is not having any Qatari player in their starting 11. Most of the teams are bringing, then why not us? So, and this can be game changer at this moment. I feel so.
Something could be done. I guess an exception
Let's give a try. Some exception for football and all those things.
Footballers the issue is the dual citizenship, right?
Right.
We don't have that norm, but exceptions can be made for the footballers or the other sports, right? Gigi?
Well, yes, I agree with this absolutely, that this is something new we should try, but this will only bear fruit once Indian players start playing more on foreign soil. I mean, Indian players, much like the tennis players, for example, someone like Prakash Amritraj or Somdev Dev Burman, they would go to USA, enroll in universities and get that exposure. So Indian players, they would eventually get the citizenship of other European countries by playing there. But due to their Indian origin, they would also be eligible to play in India. This scenario has to be created. And I think for that, one, yes, allowing players of Indian origin to represent India, but more importantly, ensuring that Indian players are playing in better conditions, playing in better tournaments, playing in better FIFA ranked nations. I think that is also important.
That we discussed in the episode 2. The last question, DJ. What should India take away from Asia Cup 2023?
See, a great tournament to understand where we are, and hope and this will be a learning experience for our players and coaching staff. And we start playing more against these big teams of Asia. We should play against some teams from Latin America, Europe, and understand how difficult the real football is when we get a chance to play this type of tournament.
Gigi, for you, the takeaway, if there is any, for India to bring home.
Once again, absolutely in agreement with DJ that we should play more top class games against better opponents. And that showed in the second half of today's match as well. The fitness of the Indian players, they suffered. It was not an impact injury. It was a knee injury. I think Gurpreet was struggling. All the other players as well. I thought in the second half, India suddenly went back to the Constantine era where they were playing long balls. They completely looked out of
Maidani
sorts.
style Bengali tactics come into play.
Yes, completely. As we say in our language, Bangla football. So they just received the ball and started playing long balls. I think that was not a strategic, tactical thing. I think that was due to lack of. They were struggling at that point of time.
And some of our players receiving the ball and then they take a moment and trying to dribble past the defenders of opposition, which they are not able to succeed because it's very easy in India in ISL. which
Yeah.
they do every
So-
day in, day out. And here they are
Absolutely.
find difficulties to cross past them.
Absolutely. Sahal, for example, he
Yeah.
is a brilliant player, one of our best talents. He does it regularly in ISL. He couldn't go past even once. Probably Sahal
I
had
think he
an
was
injury
not.
problem as well. Yes.
He was not
Not
in his
100%,
100%. Yes,
but still,
but
No, I'm saying
the things
overall,
that
not only Sahal. If you
not
yes,
only Sahal. Yeah.
yeah, if you watch the game
also
again, like
Udanta or
all
Kante, both.
all
Yes.
three matches, we saw this repeatedly. Same things happened in that.
Sahal is just an example, but
Yeah,
I'm saying if our best is struggling, the others will struggle for sure as the
for
field.
sure, right? Yes.
So, anything any of you want to say before we wrap this episode up?
No, overall, we had a great tournament among us. We had a couple of good episodes also. Hope our listeners and subscribers enjoyed all those episodes. So I'll be back and then we'll be together in studio. You guys
Yes,
wanted
and
me to back as early as possible. So it's happening now.
yes, I'm also really looking forward to now just analyze and enjoy the tournament without any
Yes,
pressure, without any
yes,
support.
Any
As a
pressure?
yes,
Yes.
neutral, I want to enjoy the rest of the tournament and
yes,
bring that to our
yes,
viewers and listeners.
yes.
So,
We have
as
no
Gigi
choice, but anyways.
as Gigi is saying, we will be back again. We will cover the entire tournament, and also we may have some kind of surprise for you guys, the viewers, as you are supporting us. Please continue to support us, like, share, and subscribe to Pixel Sports, and don't forget to stay wise.